Good day. This discussion focuses on the role of Molly Pitcher in the American Revolutionary War. This topic is close to home for me because for 20 of the 28 years that I was serving in the United States Army, I was a field artillery officer, and the legend of Molly Pitcher is ingrained in my soul. This historical figure, whose real name is Mary Ludwig Hayes McCauley, has long been associated with the fighting at the Battle of Monmouth, held on the 28th of June, 1778 in the state of New Jersey. In simpler language, when Mary's husband collapsed on the battlefield as he was fighting for General George Washington and the Patriots, she jumped in to carry out his duties, acting as a cannoneer. Although the undertaking implied combat danger, not every woman in such a situation would dare show the courage and provide the necessary protection for the American soldiers during that British-induced surprise attack. However, the historiography of Molly shows her quite possibly to be more than one person, almost like a generic term for women in combat in the American Revolution, but we'll concentrate on Mary. She was born in New Jersey in 1754 and brought up in a town called Carlisle, Pennsylvania. There is a historical marker for her at the United States Army War College that is located in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I have stood at that marker. Mary's father was a butcher, but a few years after Mary was born, he purchased a farm and combined it with a tavern to make a public house, as they called it in the day. At 19, in 1774, Mary, a very competent and attractive girl, was employed by a well-to-do merchant where Mary met her husband. They were united in marriage on the 24th of July, 1768. Mary's husband soon joined the Revolution as a soldier, and Mary's husband was wounded at the Battle of Monmouth, as we talked. But when he fell, that's where the lore starts, that Mary filled in for her fallen husband on the cannon for the entirety of the battle. Her husband was carried off in a cart to a nearby hospital, which was quite near George Washington's headquarters. Mary, no doubt fearing for the safety of her husband, the lore goes, hoped to be with him just in case he died, left her position on the cannon, and went and asked General George Washington himself to see if she could care for her husband. That was granted. However, Mary saw that her husband was going to be okay, and she returned to the cannon to fight. Ultimately, Mary, or Molly Pitcher, is displayed more than just an idealized female role. On that critical day at the Battle of Monmouth, she was in the thick of things. During the heart of the battle, her husband had collapsed. Some accounts say that, again, that Mary left her husband before he blacked out, but regardless of the exact circumstances, she went on to swab the gun and also fire the cannon. She carried wounded from the field and offered water to those who needed it. Although Molly Pitcher's medical and comfort-giving assistance during the battle was essential, what set her apart was her actions on the battlefield. It has been said that people have noticed that she held the battle together and was an important effort for stragglers from units who she kept from fleeing. There were reports of soldiers weakening and preparing to run away. One witness saw a beautiful female rallying the troops, Molly Pitcher, with a trembling oratorical cry, "I am your wife, boys. I will stand by you until we all die together." Molly Pitcher's actions encapsulated widespread female involvement in the American Revolutionary War, and she is symbolized in this phenomenon in an accessible and palpable manner. Women's participation in the war usually is accepted, and it is not the expectation of men, but also women who were patriots. That has varied from time to time in culture, but Molly stands true. Molly's tale was told and retold throughout the Revolutionary War, and after the conflict, it promotes the truth of courage and strength of the nation's foundation in the early republic from women. Lastly, there is an award in the United States Army Field Artillery called the Honorable Award of St. Barbara. It goes to people that have contributed to the field artillery cause in great and selfless ways. I am an awardee of the St. Barbara Medallion. However, the artillery also recognizes the spouses of soldiers. Historically women, but it doesn't have to be. It's called the Artillery Order of Molly Pitcher, and it is recognized military spouses most like I said, most of them women, not all of them, who have volunteered and contributed to a significant way the improvements of the United States field artillery or air defense artillery communities. Thank you for allowing me to pass on this incredible story of a woman who fought for her country. Field artillery, king of battle.